talk to me. I really wanna know you. Come and talk to me. I really wanna please you. Can I talk to you? Ooh, come and talk to me.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Lay It on the Line. It's your girl Jamila.
And Ine Divine.
Hey Ine,
What's
welcome
up,
back.
girl? Thank you.
Before we get started, you guys, y'all know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure that you share at the end of this video.
Please share.
All right, so you know what? I want to jump into it. We're always on here. We talking about relationships, dating, and stuff like that. And you know me, I want to be the positive person. I want to put things back out into the world to get people to be more kind to each other. But I want to switch it up today.
Okay.
Instead of talking about men and women in relationships, let's talk about relationships with parents and children. As everybody know, I'm always scrolling on social media, and then I'm coming back to you, girl. Did you see this video?
Right.
Did you see the video? I don't watch Oprah's podcast, but she came across my feed,
Of course.
and she was talking about this trend that's a no contact trend,
Right.
and not no contact like visitation, but with parents and their children, like their estranged children or adult children are going around, I guess, really bragging about how I don't have no contact with my parents. I don't fool my parents. I don't talk to them. They let years go by
Mm-hmm.
because they haven't talked to their parents, to not talk to their parents. And it's something that one lady said it's not a trend. It's something that's been going on. But what would you ever be estranged from your parents and not talk to them for years? Are you estranged from your parents? Lord, okay. Am I asking the right questions? Missy Nay, what do you think would cause an adult child to be estranged from their parents, to
So
not talk to them or no contact with them?
for me, I mean, honestly, it could be a few different things. Maybe it could be the relationship that they're in. Maybe
Mhm.
they don't approve of the relationship. I've had that happen before.
Mhm. Mhm.
Maybe it's they just can't be on the same page.
Okay.
They see things in life differently. Maybe the mom may be, I mean, the parent may be a helicopter parent, and the child is just like over it.
What's a helicopter parent?
One of those parents that want to control and be over everything. They want to know everything. They want to be a part of everything. They want to, like plan out that child's life.
When they're children or when they're
I
adults?
mean, it could be both. I
Okay.
mean, as they grow older, it could also be the fact that some of the children don't like the rules, in the house. They may not like, how they're addressed. They don't may not like the way their parents talk to them. May not like to be disciplined. I mean, it could be several different reasons.
I'm glad you said that because that's something that I've experienced in my relationship with my son. He said I don't know how to talk to him. But I don't feel like, and I hate to say the word feel because men, they eat that up all the time. I don't feel and I don't think that it's that I don't know how to talk to him. I think that he just doesn't want to hear the things that I have to say. And maybe his tone when we're talking might change. And I feel like it's disrespectful. And to an adult child, they feel like they can be or handle you however they want to because they're an adult at the time. So when you say something to me, like we could be talking how me and you talking right now,
Hmm.
and you could say something that might be triggering to me or something that I might perceive as disrespectful. So then that will cause me to change my tone in how I talk to you. And if you already don't want to hear what I'm saying, and if I have to be assertive with what I'm saying, now it's more so you don't know how to talk to me. And the issue, let me go back to the topic with Oprah. It wasn't so much of the children cutting off contact with their parents. It's like, why are the adult children celebrated when they cut off their parents
Hmm.
and then the parents are demonized
Right.
when they cut off their children? So it's okay for a child that you brought into the world, that you took care of, that you did everything for, to cut you off because they don't like how you talk to them, or they don't like who you dating, or they don't like the rules that you have set
Or
in
they
your
they don't
house.
like no.
They don't like the word no because they spoiled entitled little brats.
Right.
So when you decide, you know what, you're grown, I don't want to deal with you. I don't have to deal with you because you're an adult. I'm gonna cut ties because I need to protect my peace. Why is it not okay for the parent to demand respect and peace, but if they say, well, you know what, you're toxic and I'm gonna cut you off and I don't want to have nothing to do with you, it's not okay for the mom and dad to do it, but it's okay for the child to do it.
I feel like with anything else, I feel like society expects a parent to be the adult in every situation.
Mhm.
But I also feel like the society itself also has taken some of those rights away because you have CPS
Yeah.
that when we grew up, our generation, and the reason why we're so, I feel like so hard with our children is because that's how we grew up. Like and I always use the term Ford tough. We grew up Ford tough. Like in the streets, we grind. You know, we played. We scrape your knee. We ain't running around here using up boxes of band-aids. You
Girl,
know.
I remember falling off my bike, busting my knee. I still had a mark on my knee to this day.
Oh, I do too.
I
I
ran
fell
in
in
the
a ditch of
house.
glass.
This is when I realized that my mama was different. She ain't the type of mama that I am. Cause I bust my knee open and it had to be bad because there is like a little keloid spot to
Uh
this day
huh.
on my knee. She was mad, or I felt like she was mad at me because I came in the house crying and I'm bleeding. She posed peroxide on it, and I felt like she thought I was so weak because I was crying. But I'm like, all she had to do was just tell me it's gonna be okay. Let me put a band-aid on it. But she was like, shut up. Mother, you know I'm not lying on you. She basically told me to shut. She might didn't say shut up, but whatever she said was stop your crying. It's just a scrape. Put a band-aid on it, and you can take your ass back outside, or you can go to bed.
Yeah.
Now me, no. Oh, my poor baby.
I don't. I think yeah, we kind of we grew up different and we treat them different. We don't, but I
Yeah.
think we're not allowed. I feel like we're not allowed to treat them like we grew up.
No, you can't because nowadays, let's go back in the day with my tough mama. I remember her telling me, you can call, see, she beat my tail one day and it broke the skin on my leg. I got a war school.
You ain't got to tell me what she said. She said you can call CPS. I'm gonna tell them to take you with you.
She
Take you
told me
with
she was
them.
gonna beat my ass when they got there, and then she gonna tell them to take me with them. But nowadays, if a parent discipline a child with a belt or an extension cord or a shoe, these are all the things that my mama beat my tail with, and I never called CPS, and CPS never came and got it, even when I had scars. Nowadays, a child can disrespect their parent.
Mhm.
They can jump on their parent. The
Mhm.
parent can call CPS, and they'll tell the parent that they're gonna press charges on them. But then they won't even take the child. And if they do take the child, they'll allow the child to come back. And the mom or the dad cannot discipline the child out of fear of going to jail. Why is it okay to let this child be a terrorist in my house where I'm not comfortable? Or if I beat they tail, I go to jail.
I,
See, that's all I
I,
have like it.
I feel like this is, it's bad. It's bad because not only that, but we can't discipline our children at home,
Mhm.
but y'all can in the streets.
Yeah.
When the stuff that I'm telling them not to do at home, they will go out and do it in the streets. And then if they're caught by the police, now somebody needs to be held accountable. And depending on how old they are, we are still accountable for their actions, even though you may have on record CPS that this child has been a menace at home. Mom has tried to stop said actions and then was crucified for it.
Mhm.
And now they're out in the streets doing the same thing, and it still comes back to fall back on mom.
Yeah.
These things are ridiculous. And again, how do we fix it? Let us. I honestly, I just feel like let me raise my child. But my kids, my older three, I, t- I raised them almost how I was raised.
Mhm.
So very strong. Them
Mhm.
three are. They're Ford tough.
Mhm.
Not me, Jada, maybe not so much, but she's she's stronger.
Mhm.
Um, I don't pull no punches. I
Mhm.
didn't pull no punches. I feel like I may have been a little bit now that they're older, I've had conversations with my children about how they were raised, and
Do y'all see it the same way, or is it two different versions?
it is different. It is a different version.
Mhm.
So, they may see things different than I, but I do maybe recall some situations where I may have been a little bit stronger than I should have, or maybe it wouldn't call for, my reaction. But that's now that I see. But again, my ultimate goal was always to make sure my kids did not get caught up in the system.
Right.
And I feel like I've done a great job. Again, I mean, my oldest has what, three masters and a BSN.
Mhm.
My son is a manager at FedEx.
Mhm.
My daughter is in the military.
Mhm. She's still in the military.
She's still in the
Good
military.
job. I'm proud of her for
So,
that.
I mean, I feel like I did
Mhm.
a great job. Now, I still got these two little ones that I'm trying to raise, but it's different raising them
Yeah, they're in a
because
different era,
they are in a different area,
and
but
you had the
also because
feedback.
I've not even the feedback, because my daughter was like, "Mama, we give you feedback and you run with it." She's like, "You run with it. That don't mean you have to stop doing all these different things. You have to find a medium."
Mhm.
But I don't even think it's just that. I think because I've become a lot more softer,
Mhm.
they're growing up differently.
Mhm.
So
So, do you discipline them?
they are disciplined.
Mhm.
It's just the fact that I don't think I'm not as aggressive
Like in your tone?
in my tone and even with my actions as
Mhm.
I was with the older
Like
ones.
how you punish them?
Yeah. So I'm a lot more um let them. I learned this over the weekend. It's called a let them theory.
Okay, let's hear it.
So the let them theory is stop worrying about anything you control. You can only control the controllables.
Mhm.
Anything outside of what you can directly control, let them.
Hmm.
Let them do what they want to do. Let them burn off. Friends, this goes for friends, family, whatever the case may be. Let them, because the more you try to control the situation, the more they usually go against you.
So let's talk about these adult children when you say the let 'em method. You have adult children that live in a home. Let's say that they don't want to follow the rules. You just let them. At what point do you draw the line, or you have to have boundaries or whatever? And I'm wondering, with the people that was on that Oprah Winfrey show, what was it that caused the adult children to stray from their parents? You know what I'm saying? So again, you let them, and you can let them do whatever they want to do. They're going to figure it out. But if you're not pleased with what they're doing, like if you have set rules and they don't do it and you just let them, I feel like you're being played or you're being taken advantage of.
I mean, you could feel that way, but in actuality, guess who reaps the ultimate consequences of their actions?
Who's that?
That person.
Mhm.
So you can try to control, you can want the best for them all day long,
Mhm.
but the only person that can truly control what they're doing
Is
is
them.
them. The only
Yeah.
thing you can do is teach them in the way
Mhm.
they should go
Mhm.
and let the rest happen.
So that makes okay. So earlier you said how we can't discipline our kids, but the streets want to. Now I know your president was saying something about being able to bring discipline back into the schools. Remember back in the day, we used to get pops at
Mhm.
school.
Mhm.
So if a parent is not able to discipline a child the way that they want to discipline them, how is it going to be okay to allow the school system to discipline them?
I understand that, and my answer to that is no, because it goes back to if I can't, you can't.
Right.
So that's not a something that is a must. That's an option.
With you being someone who have small children in school, you already raised some that's grown now, and you see how it went with them, and you know how it was when you was in school with these little ones. What does that look like for you, knowing that they're trying to pass a bill that allow discipline in school,
No, you can't
but you
discipline,
can't beat your own kid?
right? But
Let's talk about it.
I think there was an option when we were kids,
Mhm.
and
I'm sure it'll
again,
probably be an option now.
yeah, it should be an option. But there was an option. But again, remember, we were raised in villages.
Mhm.
We were raised by villages.
Mhm.
So if you got in trouble at school, you got in trouble at school, you got in trouble at home. If the neighbor caught you, then you got in trouble by the neighbor, then your mama gonna find out you got in trouble by your parents. You know what I'm saying? It
But
wasn't
the
just
world
one
is
thing.
different now because, like, you think about it now, most people in neighborhoods, they don't really know their neighbors. They're not talking to their neighbors. Nobody's trying to know, anything. They stick to themselves. So you could see somebody kid doing something, and it's like, okay, people stupid. I don't want like, for example, in my neighborhood, that's these little girls that walk down the street. I mean, they little kids, mm, at the oldest middle school. And one of them walked up in my yard and asked my man for some money. And the neighbor across the street said they did the same thing to her. We don't know you, little girl, but does your mother know that you are walking down the street asking strangers for money? Now, me, I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna go to her house and tell her mama, do you know that your daughter out here asking for money? But then I don't know, like, I go to this lady's house and I tell her, hey, your daughter came to my house and she asked my man for some money. The lady might jump on me. People
Hmm.
don't want you to tell them nothing
About
about
their
their
kids.
kids, So it's like, how can we be a village when people don't want to receive anything, no feedback, no critique, no criticism, no advice, no nothing when it comes to telling them about what their kid did or what they should do for their kid?
I don't. That's hard. I met my neighbor because King got suspended from school.
No, my little Jeremy.
King got suspended from school, and I found out when I went to pick him up, he was fighting a neighbor.
Oh.
So I went and talked to her. She was out, and she was like, "Yeah, nobody told me what happened." I was like, "Nobody. The school didn't tell you what happened." And she was like, "No." So
So was this supposed to be his little friend?
yeah, but King has a short fuse.
Oh Lord.
So, but he's been doing good for me to find out what's been escalating. He's been doing really, really well. And I guess he had reached his breaking point and he wasn't having it no
Now, how
more.
long have y'all been knowing these neighbors?
I don't know. I still don't know him.
See what I'm talking about? So the village can't be like your kid act up, I'm gonna beat his ass and bring him home. I don't know you, so I don't trust your judgment. I need to know that you care enough about my son to where when he's doing good, he's celebrating. When he's doing bad, you're gonna get on him. But if I don't know that you care about him, then I cannot trust that you can discipline him.
Well, my neighbor's not even is not one of us.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one thing. And then people raise their kids differently,
True, true.
you
Some
know.
people
So
feel like you should never put your hands on your kids
some people do, and it works for some
if you have those type of
if you have
kids.
those type of kids. So it doesn't. It's not the same for everybody.
I didn't have that type of
But
child.
I I also noticed that if for me, if I lower my tone,
Okay.
if I lower my tone to a point where it's like you have to focus on what I'm saying,
Mhm.
I get my point across.
Cause yeah, they don't hear you when
They
you
don't.
doing
But
all of
and
that.
I'm not and I don't yell
Mhm.
nowhere near like I
But that
used to.
aggressiveness.
But it was the aggressiveness. But again, I've become a lot more softer. So I sit back and hey, I thought I asked you to.
Mhm.
Um, I I thought you were supposed to be doing.
Hmm.
Don't worry about it. Let me have your phone.
Mhm.
And once I take that phone,
You get some egg right.
then I can get some act right. Or if they don't want to do it, they just don't want to do it.
Mhm.
You don't have to. Let
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
You won't get your phone back.
Yeah. I think I have one of them let them kids because my son went 6 months before without a cell phone, and it's like he told me he was like I don't even want to ask for nothing for my birthday or for Christmas no more because all you're gonna do is just take it from me. But in my mind, it's like if you know that I'm gonna take something from you that you really want, then why don't you just do what you're supposed to do and you don't have to worry about me taking nothing from you?
They don't care that much. But those are the scary ones, the ones that don't care about anything. Those are the ones that you have. Those are the ones that you have to give more attention to.
So he
So
just need more
he
attention.
needs more attention. But I also feel like going back to the Oprah situation, when I heard somebody say that the parent has to be the bigger person always and be the person that reaches out. That's not always the case. And you can reach out all day long but if your child don't want to talk to you, they don't want to talk.
Kids sometimes, I feel like they think about stuff in their head differently than how it actually happened. So it's like your kid don't want you to reach out to them, and the parent's supposed to be the bigger person, but nobody. I feel like people don't think that parents have feelings. At least that's how I feel. It's like you give your child everything, you sacrifice, and this is just for parents that's like me, the one that was the main parent, the custodial parent, the
Hmm.
parent that sacrificed, the one that didn't go on dates, that didn't take certain jobs, or that worked double hours just so that they could overcompensate for what that child was missing. So I don't have an understanding when it comes to I'm asking you to do something, or I just want your respect, or I just want you to be a good person in this world. And just because I'm not letting you do what you want to do, now you feel like I'm just the meanest person in the world. Not saying that that's what my son think about me, but I see this all the time. Like one of my best friends, she has a daughter that, from my perception of what I saw in their family dynamic,
Hmm.
the mama worked her behind off. Now, to the daughter, she might have felt like my mama was never there.
Right, of course.
But your mom wasn't there. Your daddy wasn't there either. And your daddy didn't provide, contribute, didn't do
Of course.
anything, didn't check on you, none of those things. But your mom, in your perception, you feel like she wasn't there. But the reality of it is, she wasn't there because she was at work.
Right.
She was at work so that you could have this king size bed, so that you could have this flat screen TV, so that you could have a closet full of Jordans, so that you could have a roof over your head and food in your belly.
Right.
But the mom has to be the bigger person because you don't want to come home, because you want to have sex, because you want to bring a boy in. And now your mom is just like this evil person that's trying to ruin your life. So now you want to be estranged, and somebody that got a degree is telling you that you have to be the bigger person. So you have to allow your child to disrespect you, or to be somebody other than who you raised her to be, just because you're mom.
No, I definitely setting boundaries is big,
Mhm.
and boundaries go for everybody. You
Mhm.
know, big, small. Your spouse, your parents, your siblings. Boundaries are boundaries,
Mhm. Mhm.
and regardless, you're gonna have to set those boundaries. And I think that's where these relationships are broken at.
Okay.
There's a boundary that you crossed, or I won't allow you to cross. And since I won't allow you to cross that boundary, then
Now I
now
want
you
to
don't
deal
want to
with you
talk
no
to me
more.
anymore.
Mhm.
So those are things, and not even that I have to say, me and my mom don't have the best relationship,
Mhm.
and I don't talk to her nowhere near as much as I probably used to years ago, because there's a repetition of the same action
Mhm.
over and over again, and I'm like, no, there's a hard stop right here for me.
Mhm.
So it's not like I don't talk to her at all.
You just limit.
I don't put myself in situations to have to mentally deal with some of the BS that comes with trying to be in this relationship.
Mm.
And that's with any other relationship. Like, sometimes you have to mentally understand that this relationship comes with BS. Either I'm going to deal with it or I'm not. And when you set children or parents, when you set that put that boundary down, that you know what, this is what I'm going to deal with and this is what I'm not, the rest is on you.
Right.
You have to deal with the consequences that come along with that. But we have to be having conversations about these things, because if we're not talking about what's going on with us and how I feel about this situation, or how you made me feel, or any of these things, if we're not having conversations, then we never know.
Mhm.
So what happens if we're not talking about it? You walk away.
Right. And okay, so I'm a Christian. I grew up in the church. I'm go to church every Sunday if I can. Most of the time I can. I'm a firm believer in you have to honor your parents. You have to respect your parents. I do
Fifth
feel
commandment.
like people that are disrespectful to their parents, days be cut short. That's my belief.
Hmm.
And I don't feel like was the my mom was a good mom.
Hmm.
We didn't always see eye to eye or anything like that. But how can I put this? Sometimes she could be tough to be around.
Hmm.
But when I do sit down and I tell my mom, like, when you talk to me like this, it make me feel like you think I'm a child.
Hmm.
And when I say that to her, because she loves me, she's like, I didn't know I was making you feel that way.
That's what you do. But that's how it's supposed to be handled. And not just with your parents, just like that's communication.
Yeah.
That's understanding. That's getting to know and understand one another is by being able to acknowledge that I
Mhm.
did something that bothers you.
Mhm.
I didn't mean to.
Mhm.
How do we move forward?
Right. So maybe the kids, the adult children that go no contact with their parents, maybe they have tried to express themselves to the parents, and the parents, you do have narcissistic people. Maybe
Of
they
course.
feel like, well, I'm the mama and I'm the daddy, and what I say is what it is, and what you say don't matter. I don't know. Like, for me, the only way that I can believe that someone could go no contact from their parent is maybe they tried to reach out to the parent, and the parent was just like, no, I don't care, but my mom, like I say, she's somebody that was like, I didn't know that I made you feel that way. And for me, if I do something to my son and I feel like I gotta feel like I was wrong. But even if he tells me, well, this is how you talk to me, well, I didn't mean for you to feel that way, and I'm sorry. I do want you to know that I care about you.
Right.
I never want my child, I never want my parent to feel like I don't care about them. Like, this is something off about going no contact with your parent.
So for me, I know I probably mentioned before, but the guy who I knew as my biological father.
I think I saw. Did you make a story about that? Or did you go live on Facebook before?
I don't remember.
We talked about it. Like, I think you posted something about that. I remember because you said you had never even knew about this person, but I think when you
I just
saw
found out.
him,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but the person that I knew as my biological dad, it was a no contact situation. And simply because it seems like he was never around unless, like, our birthdays are 10 days apart.
Mhm.
He would call me for his birthday, but would disappear for mine. So,
And he's the parent.
and he was the parent. So I decided, you know what? He's only around when he needs me for something.
Seasonal.
Yes. So completely there's nothing
There's
there.
no
And
benefit
not
in that
even that, he's
relationship.
never been around for anything. Like
Mm.
when I say I've never ever ever in life been able to call you for absolutely
Do you
anything.
think that he possibly knew or he had doubt that you was not his biological
I don't
child?
think so. I don't
Okay.
think so. But when I found out, like I don't even know if he knows now that I'm not his child.
Oh, wow.
So when I found out
Mhm.
um, who my actual biological dad is, I've seen him. We've talked. We have conversations. We talk every other week or
Mhm.
whatnot. So it's cool. I mean, he's in a totally different state. There's not much we can do but have talk every now and then.
And there's nothing wrong with telephone conversations.
Yeah, I mean it's cool, and he's still so totally confused
Mhm.
by the situation because he's older and he's had a few strokes and different, so he don't
Mhm.
remember. So I'm kind of still at a point where it's like, okay, I don't really know the backstory behind any of this, but DNA is DNA, and
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is. But yeah, it's no denying it. Like, you see my sister,
Mhm.
you've met her,
Yeah.
and
Okay, so that's one of your sisters
that's one of
from.
my sisters,
Oh, okay. And that's another thing that
the
I have
skinny
a
one.
problem with. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. She looked like you. I think that I don't know if it's the government or who it will fall on. I think the DNA test should be given at birth. Like, that should be a requirement because it's so many men that go years thinking that a child is their child, pay child support for these kids, love these kids, raise these kids, and then find out that that's not even a child. Nothing happens to the mom,
Yep. But you
but
can request a DNA at birth, and
but
it's free.
I
You
didn't
just
know
have to
that.
ask for it.
I didn't know that. I think that should be not even a request. It should be required because it's not fair to the child. And this is something, and I don't know if it's a me thing, but I told my son, I don't know how important it is to other people, but to me, I think that when you have children, it's just a sense of just knowing who you are and where you come from. And I told him, like, he has a lot of siblings, half siblings or whatever. And some of them didn't really get to know their dad before he passed away,
Right.
right? So I told my son, I say, it might be different from you than from them because you actually grew up with your
Which,
dad.
yeah.
Your dad was there when you were born. Your dad signed your birth certificate. You have your dad's last name. Those things, those details are important to some people. And the people who don't have their dad's name on their birth certificate, who dad was not there, they might feel like I don't know who I am or where I come from, because when you don't know, it's different than you actually know.
Yeah, I mean,
You
me
know.
finding out answered a lot of questions for me.
Mhm.
So it is definitely a good thing to know. But I feel like we do, as parents, we need to, and even as children, we have to have hard conversations.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's a big thing, is not being able to have these hard conversations.
I would love to have a hard conversation with my child before I would just be like, you know what? No contact. I'm cutting them off. Like, I'm so against that. And I know that people have to do that to protect their peace, but I just feel like the Christian in me would not allow me. Now, the Christian in me, I could be like, you know what? You got to get up out of here.
Right.
But I'm still gonna worry. I still want to know how you doing. If we never see each other again, like, just shoot me a text message. Like,
Hmm.
I just don't think that I could have peace going no contact with my mother, my father, or my child.
Yeah.
And that's just where I'm at with it. But I do feel that when you have children that are disrespectful, that don't care about you, that bring you nothing but drama, turmoil, all kind of chaos,
That's
if you
understandable.
have to protect your peace and you have to be like, you know what, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like nobody should talk down on that mother because she protected her peace and she chose herself over an
Over the
ungrateful
grown,
child,
but
a grown
especially over
up.
an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, for me, I mean, I know I would say my final words would be, honestly, have hard conversations.
Mhm.
Like, why are you not talking to me? Like,
Mhm.
why do you feel the way that you feel? Like I said, I've had to have this conversation. Why do you feel that way? And honestly, we're either going to figure out if there's something broken within here that can be fixed, or we would have to agree to disagree.
Mhm.
Either we're going to move forward, or we're just going to go ahead and park it right here
Mhm.
and leave it alone.
Well, I know we're gonna wrap it up or whatever, but I want to go into our next topic to still piggyback off of this, because these no contact, but you have these children sometimes that some of these kids do need to be kicked to the curb. Because I know some people. I have a friend right now. She is a single mom. She does everything for her kids. And these kids do not do anything but stress her out. She's younger than me and she got gray hair all over her head behind these doggone kids. So if it's okay for the kids to be like, well, I'm not dealing with my mom no more, then why is it not okay for a mom to be like, you know what, when these kids get 18, get the hell up out of my house and I don't want to have nothing else to do with you.
Yeah.
But what is it that the parents can do while they're dealing with the kids that are not adult children? What can they do when you can't discipline them? They getting your house shot up. They coming home after sleeping around with people. They don't go to school. You got to take them out of school because if they miss school, you go to jail because
Right.
of truancy. I want to talk about that next.
So, yeah. If y'all have answers to any of these questions, make sure you leave a
Leave it in the
comment.
comments.
Leave a
Exactly.
comment. Let us know, because honestly, I think a lot of people are really having these same struggles and
Hmm.
want
And
options.
they don't know how to start those conversations. So if you are watching and you are no contact with your parent or you are no contact with your kid, drop a comment. Let us know what made you go no contact. Or if you're still non contact, how did you get back with them? And we want to talk about it. Yeah. I don't ever want to be no contact. But we're going to leave it at that. Thank y'all for joining us on Late on the Line. What they supposed to do? Like, share,
Share and subscribe.
subscribe. All right. Thank y'all for joining. This E Nation had one too many
Did
mimosas.
not.
That glass empty though. We
I-
had some before we got started.
How long was her empty?
It is what it is. Thank y'all for joining. Lay it on the line. We catch y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
We both heal, we both hurt, we both real. With no words, some things clear, some things blurred. So here's our time, what's on the line? I need your heart in my hand and you need my mind in yours. But we're all different now, is this what we settled for? And I hold it down until you will find. But if you need more, lay it on the line. Lay it on the line, what's the real deal? Is this the truth or just what you think it is? I need your honest opinion. Lay it on the line. What's the real with it? Is this the truth or just what you think it is? I need your honest opinion. Lay it on the line. Lay it on the line. Yeah. Oh, baby. Tell me what you need, baby. Yeah. Lay it on the line.